Jamila. All right. I'm really looking forward to this session. We're bringing it back to conversion rate optimization, which we've talked about a few times, but we haven't talked about these specific concepts. And you're also going to see the power of Farah, which is a phenomenal tool for making great testing. I always say, by the way, Jamila, there are two types of testing. There's split testing and there's stupid testing. Because if you don't A/B split test something in a pure randomization where person A and person B at the same time are getting different variants, then you're not really able to be certain of the change in conversion rate and the impact on your business. So you're just guessing or hoping that the change has an improvement. And Farah allows for really easy split testing, which I love. So,
yes, we do. Anybody can use split testing on our platform. It's super, super easy. And I will show you guys that at the end. Okay, so I'll just briefly introduce myself. So I'm Jamila. I own a Shopify store, Allura Boutique, and I've had that for 10 years, and we've been online for like 4. And then I'm also the marketing manager at Farah, and we help you earn the trust of your customer and allow you to sell more. So we're available on Shopify, BigCommerce, Magento, and any other custom integrations that you want to do. So I'll just start with what social proof is, and I'll give you a few examples. So social proof is basically when people change their behavior based on the way that other people are acting. So typically they do this in like uncertain situations. So for e-commerce, it'll be like, should I buy this product? Is it going to work for me? But in real life, it can be anything like, oh, I walked by this restaurant and it seems really cool. Or I saw a bunch of Instagram photos of the food and I'm going to try it. Or it could even be like, everybody's lining up for these Black Friday deals, so I'm gonna like skip spending time with my family to get a TV that I don't need. So social proof kind of runs the gamut, but I will show you a few examples of stores that have been using social proof, and these are the top ones that e-commerce stores use. So the first one is reviews. So reviews are basically what other people have said about you. They're typically written reviews when people think about what reviews are, but they can be anything else. So here's an example just on my store of some reviews that I have.
We're good.
Okay, awesome.
Back to business.
Okay, sweet. So here is an example of some reviews from customers that I put on my store. So again, reviews are whatever people are saying about you. And then you can also use user-generated content. So that's another really good form of social proof. So for example, here is a picture of a customer from Buttercream Clothing, and she's included it in her actual product description, which is super useful because people really want to see like what this looks like, but it also helps you to show what it looks like on different body types. So user-generated content is a really, really good form of social proof that I recommend that everybody uses. And just in a few minutes, I'll be telling you how you can gather social proof and that you probably have a lot more than you think that you do. And then here is an example of inline social proof. So this one is basically, it's a combination of like FOMO and social proof where it says that there are only a few things left, but a certain amount of people are viewing the product. So just for an example, you can like set it so like you don't want to say that there are only like 10 left or something. You can set it and say that it's like less than 3 and then you display that. And then there's another type of social proof, which is like as seen in, which really establishes your credibility if you've been seen in major publications. So yesterday I talked to Buy Boob Tape, and they have been featured in Cosmo, and this is right on their homepage and right above their products, so that it shows you that this is a legitimate brand and a very large publication like Cosmo has featured them. And that's a really, really powerful form of social proof. So even if you've been featured in like a local publication or like a local blogger, then this would probably be a good place to have your social proof because it makes you look legit. So why social proof is so powerful? It's because it helps to boost your conversion rate, and it really helps for your customers to overcome brand objections. So for example, like the user-generated content, some people will be like, oh, I don't really know if it's going to work for me. I don't know what it's going to look like on me. So if you have user-generated content of a variety of different types of people interacting with and using your product, it helps to overcome those objections. And I have some receipts here. So you can see that it helps to boost some of our customers' conversion rates, and it influences your shoppers. And we also show that you have gained sales. So that's why social proof is so powerful. And about like 3/4 of people read a review before making a purchase. And I'm sure anybody who's watching this has also read reviews before they've purchased anything. And most people say that reading reviews have really influenced what they've purchased. I mean, I don't know anybody personally who doesn't also read reviews. So this is just evidence that social proof helps to influence your sales. So now I'm going to talk to you about how you can grow your social proof so that you can take steps today to implement social proof. Whether or not you use Sarah, doesn't even matter, but these are really good ways to grow your social proof. So the ways that you should use social proof is to show how busy your store is. You can add user photos to your product page, and social proof will also help you improve your social media presence, but you should be improving your social media presence in order to get social proof. So we'll talk about that a little later, like using hashtags and stuff like that. And then you can also leverage influencers. So I know influencer marketing, some people feel like it's only for like really big stores, but it's not. Anybody can use influencer marketing. We use influencer marketing with local influencers. So your goal should always be with gathering social proof should be to get people to give you reviews, share your product in use with you. So it's not really just enough to get people to take pictures of them unboxing your product, which is good. You want them to give you social proof of them wearing your product or using your product. And you also want to make people create an emotional connection with you, and that will help to build loyalty, and you want people to engage with you on social media. So here's the first way to create an amazing, or to get social proof, is to create an amazing unboxing experience. So I do know in the first session, the lady who does Margot was talking about how branding had really taken over the experience. But even if you do decide to use sustainable packaging, you can definitely make that part of the experience. So like her customers are really interested in sustainability and also style. So creating an unboxing experience that matches your brand and that matches what your customers are looking for is going to be something that's really important. So paying attention to your ideal target market. So if that means flashy, colorful packaging because your people love flashy, colorful packaging, then so be it. But if it means using sustainable materials and having a very, very small footprint of packaging, that's what it means. So of course, you always have to be thinking about your customer when you create an unboxing experience, because people will take photos of the unboxing experience. So the other thing that you should be doing to gather social proof is to ask for a photo after product delivery. So just going back to the unboxing experience, what you can do is you can create like something like this. I don't know if you can see. Can you also see my screen, or can you see my video, Derek?
Yeah, we can see the video.
Okay, so you can add something like a postcard, which is what we add in all of our packages that tell us to send a photo review. Or tag us on social, and we give our social right at the bottom. And that is like a really easy way right at unboxing to ask for a product. And then we also put like tag us on social media and then useful information on how you can take care of your jewelry. So adding those like little extra things that make it, well, obviously you care, but you also want to make it seem like you care is very important for gathering social proof. Oops, let me just go back one. The other thing that you should be doing is asking for a photo like a week to 2 weeks after product delivery. So you can do that in Farah, but you can do that with a lot of other review apps. So always make sure that you're following up with your customers. And even if you don't have a review app, you can use another email service to ask for a photo after product delivery. You should also be asking for videos, but you can just start with photos because you can share that on social. So the other thing with asking for reviews is that you should typically offer an incentive. So here are just a few examples. You can offer discounts, like we offer a 10% discount on your next purchase. You can do cash back, which typically is like just a refund on their purchase. But like if you say cash back, people feel like so much better, like they're actually getting money. You can also give them free promo items or complimentary items. So for example, we've talked to other businesses and we've swapped products, like local businesses, and we'll give a sample of their product and they'll give a sample of our product. So it helps to grow our customer base. So you can add free promo items. If your people care about local business, that's something that you can do. So those are incentive ideas. And of course, again, it has to be what it works for your business, right? So you don't want to just do something because somebody else is doing it. You want to do it because your customers will enjoy it and it also works for your business. So here's just an example of some photos from customers that we've gotten on social. And we've added it to our website so that people know that people like our jewelry. It's just like super easy to add it in there, and then people can be like, oh, like this girl looks nice in her jewelry, and then we just post that, and it's very useful. So the other way that you can grow your social proof is to create a unique hashtag. So if you have not created a unique hashtag, what you can do is you can look through your Instagram or your Facebook to see people who have tagged you, and you can gather photos that way. But going forward, you should create a unique hashtag. So for example, our hashtag is #AloraTribe, and you can check to see who has posted with that hashtag, and you can typically, if they haven't already tagged you in it, you should ask them for permission to use their photo. But most people will give you permission to repost or use their photo. So you just go through your unique hashtag and pick out the best photos. And another thing that will help with loyalty is if you repost photos of your customers, because then they feel like famous and they feel like you care and they know that they're part of your community. So, I'm missing a picture, but there's a picture of or maybe it's later. It doesn't matter. Okay, so building loyalty and social proof are kind of a two-way street, because when you ask for social proof, you can give people loyalty points, or you kind of bring them into the fold by offering them incentives. But also having social proof makes other people want to give you social proof. So like I said before, people definitely always want to feel featured. They want to feel like they're part of a tribe, especially now that people are like, I mean, things are opening back up in Canada, but I know in America, things are still slow. People are still at home. So it's a really good way to build community, especially during this time. So some incentives that you can ask or that you can give to build loyalty is to follow you on social, to tag you in a photo, or to refer a friend. So there are really good loyalty programs out there like Smile or Loyalty Lion that you can use in tandem like when you send out your reviews. And this helps to really create a tribe, and like most of your sales are going to come from people who are loyal to you. So you want to make sure that you are giving people incentives. So here is an example of loyalty. So for example, you should complete these tasks like them on social, refer a friend, and these people are environmentally friendly. So if you recycle, then you will get points, and then these points can go towards purchases. So that's a really good way to build loyalty. Okay, so now we can just go through how you can grow your social proof with Farah. So you can request new content. So I'm actually going to try and not mess up this presentation and open up a new window so I can show you guys a little bit of how it works. So you can grow your social proof by requesting content. Oh, this is not moving. Anyway, so you can request content with a content management system. So just show you how it works. You can just create new campaigns, and you can set up one-time campaigns or ongoing campaigns. This is just a demo store, so there are no actual customers in here. But what you can do is you can ask what to request, and then you can decide when to send it. And after content is approved, you can post them to Facebook, or you'll soon be able to post them to Instagram. So this is like a really good way to be able to get that content and put it onto social without having to like save the photo and then like size it properly and then throw it up on Instagram. You can just automatically put reviews and videos and photos to your social media so that people get that instant gratification of getting their incentive and being featured on your social. Because especially in fashion, like if you look at any brands like Fashion Nova, like people like stand so hard for Fashion Nova that they always tag and post the Fashion Nova hashtag just so that they can get on the feed. So once you get on the feed, you'll get like a bunch of followers. So it's a very, very important for something like social. And now everything's in the way. Sorry. So that's like a really good way that you can use Farah to collect reviews and to create an ongoing campaign. And then you can also use Farah to showcase. So I did have the example. So you can manage your customer photos just in the back end. So these are my customer photos. So you can manage those in the back end. And then you can put those either on your homepage or your product page or wherever you really want. And then I'll just go back to my old window, go back to the slides. And then you can showcase all of your customer content, and then you can learn from it. So this is where the A/B testing comes in. So for example, you may say something like, oh, I don't know if showcasing customer photos is useful for my brand. So a really good way to test that is to go to your A/B test, and you can test any kind of social proof content that you want. So for example, the wall of photos on the homepage, is it useful? Is it not? This one said that I got 8% revenue per shopper, but you can split test any form of social proof content. So for example, I can A/B test low stock, and then I can decide if I want to do 14% of my customers, or if I want to do 99%. Obviously, you can't do 100 because it means that only 1% of your shoppers will see the campaign. But anyway, A/B testing is super easy, even for people who aren't tech savvy. So it's a very good way to be able to test your social proof content. Okay, and then the other thing that Farah has is it has some really good reporting. So we'll show you how many sales you gained. We'll show you how many shoppers you've influenced. And then we also have some really cool features like how you can see your shopper journey, or you can see your order journey. So the nice thing about being able to see your customer's order journey is you can see where people dropped off, or you can see where people entered and what kind of skills they were interacting with to and then it'll show you how useful your social proof actually was. So I also want to give people the opportunity to try Farah free for 2 months. So if you go to the page if you go to the landing page for the talk, there is the sign up link where you can get social proof you can try social proof for free for 2 months, and it's very useful. I like to use it mostly because we sell jewelry, so it's very visual and people can't try things on. So it's always useful to have social proof on your page so that it feels like, oh, other people like my stuff, or other people like this jewelry. So I want to be able to, let me stop sharing my screen. So I want to be able to try it out for myself because I see that other people like it. So yeah, if anybody wants to try Farah, they definitely can. Sorry.
I'm just sharing the link here in chat. Yeah,
nice.
Perfect. Awesome. That was great. And I think that we talked a lot in the past about, getting that social proof. And now you showed us the perfect way to use it, which is great. So I think that it ties everything together. If you guys have been here for both days and have been thinking, okay, I know I need to do this for my business. And now we get to see, okay, grab these photos, put them up here. And I think that part about the unique hashtag is often overlooked. If you haven't integrated your own unique hashtag, which by the way, doesn't always have to be like your brand name or something like that. It can be a little bit more universal, but it's important that it's unique enough that other people aren't using it.
Exactly.
And so maybe it speaks to a movement or something you stand for. I really liked the shoe shuffle. When we were talking with Sarah from Margot, she was like, people have to go through the shoe shuffle. So like if I would be like, no more shoe shuffle might be the hashtag, as opposed to Margot NY. It might because it's like speaking to the problem you're solving as opposed to the name of the brand. So
exactly, and it's so specific and unique, but also funny that it's useful. It's like easy to integrate into your caption if you have that.
Yeah, exactly. It's a lot more fun, and you'll see that people don't always want to just tag a brand. They want to tag the movement itself. So if you bring your brand and attach it to a movement, it's a little bit more powerful and a little bit easier to share.
Yeah, it's true. And like the other thing, like some people, they've been tagged on social media, but they don't specifically have like a hashtag. But you can always import your photos that have already been shared on your social media onto your store. And even while you're creating that hashtag and while you're promoting it, because you also do need to promote your hashtag and let people know that that's what they're supposed to use.
Yeah. And Max asks really quick before we bring Candace on screen, what KPIs should we be measuring when it comes to social proof? I've got mine. I ran acquisition, and creating and monitoring social proof was a really important component to our beauty box business, with over 1 million subscribers to it. And so we start with number of social shares per month, right? That's our top level component. Then we want to, you could also segment by sentiment if you're using a tool that analyzes sentiment of them, because for us, there were broken boxes and damaged products, and people were not happy and sharing those on social media. So start with, but let's just say top of funnel is number of actual social shares or tracked social shares. By the way, there are tools that can analyze photos and see your product in it in certain cases, like the Coca-Cola logo is always the example. Every image on social media is being analyzed, and if the logo's in there, it gets flagged as a Coca-Cola image. And their brand monitors that closely. For smaller brands, this is probably completely irrelevant. Too much information, don't need to do it. So social proof. Then you're talking about when we put the proof on our site, that's where Pharaoh really comes into play, right, Jamila? Because now we can A/B test our conversion rate. So now we literally want to see it increase in conversion rate from there. Otherwise, maybe it's the wrong social proof or it's not in the right spot. There should be some sort of impact measured there.
Exactly. Because that's like, honestly, once you get to the website, that's like really the only thing that matters. Are you improving your average order value? Are you improving your revenue? Is your conversion rate getting better? Like those are the only things that should really matter once they get there, right? It's not the sentiment at the top of the funnel. It's about, are people buying? And then with Pharaoh, we track and we show you if it's influenced the shopper, if your conversion rate has increased, and how much money we've helped you make by displaying your social proof. So yeah, that's like probably the most important KPI. For us anyways, are you making more money? We just want merchants to make more money.
Yeah, that's how everybody wins. It's how the tool can be, they can afford to pay for the tool if it proves that value. Right. And most of the time social proof will increase conversion rate, but there's so many different factors. Is it the right type of social proof? You could be showing men's photos on women's products, you could be, or product A on product B's page, or maybe it's like the design needs to be updated, or you just need one image, not 4 images, or maybe it's a slider that's distracting instead of a static image, or it's too low down the feed so it didn't have any change. There's a whole bunch of reasons.
You test everything, right?
That's why you test it, exactly. And so with Farah, what I love is like you can drag it into certain spots of that page and just like say, okay, here's where it is. All right, did that improve conversion rate? Okay, it did. Well, let's make that what is that called? The control. And then we'll do, should I move it down more? Should I add, like make it wider? And you can start to test these things against each other. It takes thousands of views, thousands of conversions to find the answer. So I don't think it just happens overnight, but at least you can get started. And we will hear from OmniConvert in a few minutes of other things you can test and feedback tools that you can use to understand that user journey. And your two tools, Farah and OmniConvert, are not competitors. They're very much playing very similar to each other, I would say, in that way. All right, Jamila, I'm going to bring Candace in, and we're going to move into this to the interview of Buttercream Clothing.